The show I decided to talk about was Breaking Bad, an old but gold show. I watched it for the first time. The character I'm looking at is Walter White. He's the main protagonist of the show. On a quick first impression, Walter seems like a bit of a pushover. Um, like in the first scenes with his family, his wife makes veggie bacon, and not real bacon, and he just, though he doesn't want that, she just kind of pushes him over about it. Doesn't matter. Um, he proceeds to go work his job as a high school chemistry teacher. Um, where there, you could tell that he's very intelligent on a first impression. Um, you can also tell that he's very insecure and nervous, even in front of a bunch of high schoolers. And he's a 50-year-old grown man, and he's just nervous. And it's like getting up there to teach is petrifying to him. The day that the first episode takes place is his birthday, and at his party, he actually passes out and finds out later in the hospital that he has lung cancer. And just from that, we can proceed to the 5 steps. The first step to reviewing my knowledge, he's a high school chemistry teacher with a small family, and he's just recently found out he has lung cancer, which is pretty tragic. Second step, assessing his attributions. You can kind of assume that he has been a very pushover, introverted type person for a lot of his life. He's been married for a long time, and his son has a disability, and he's in high school, and you could tell that he's just kind of been going through the motions and being a very nervous but intelligent person for a lot of his life. The third step, question my impression. I think that watching the whole episode, he kind of goes into this descent of he has terminal lung cancer, so he needs to make money for his family, so he turns to chemistry and therefore drugs, because, after being exposed to an old high school student of his who was a drug addict, and goes to him and partners and uses his knowledge of chemistry to start cooking methamphetamine. So, your first impression really kind of takes a turn for the worse, as he he wants to raise money for his family, so he'll do whatever that takes. So, selling drugs is a pretty far reach for a first impression of Walter, because you wouldn't really take him to do that at all, because he's such a very nervous and careful guy. And for the fourth and fifth steps, I can't interact with Bryan Cranston, otherwise I would, and ask him if everything was accurate in terms of a first impression. But yeah,